my little party animals. Hiphiprenee here today with a brand new speed build for you on my brand new channel. That's right, brand new channel because my last channel was crushed by a vending machine. So today we have a super amazing collab that I have so been looking forward to, and this is with Teatime Simmer. If you guys have not been over to her channel, you are so missing out. She is just fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And I do need to take a second to apologize to her because this video was actually supposed to be out a few hours ago today. And just between me having been sick the entire week and on top of that, I had my brother pop by my house yesterday for a surprise visit, and then my boyfriend's friend came over. I completely lost track of time. I lost track of everything that I needed to do yesterday, and I just did not get this video edited and voiced over in time. So I am doing it now, better late than never. I am so sorry, Teatime Simmer. She had her video out right exactly when it was supposed to be out. She's super amazing. I adore her. I actually found her channel probably a few months ago and I was like, wow, she's like really talented. And I was just really kind of struck with how well she furnishes the interiors of whether it be a home or what have you. She is very, very good at furnishing. But I really started to super duper love her channel because a few weeks ago, when we got all of the things in the free update for the new Chinese New Year, she had done this like hidden Chinese courtyard garden style build. I can't even remember what it was called, but I vividly remember seeing this video and just being completely struck at how really super talented she is, guys. So her channel is going to be linked in the description box down below. You absolutely need to go check out how she furnished this build. I actually got to catch the video that she made this morning, and she did a wonderful, wonderful job. So this build is a collab, obviously, but is a collab for St. Patrick's Day because it is St. Patrick's Day, so hooray, luck of the Irish today. And basically what I did is I had reached out to Teatime Simmer and asked if she would be so gracious as to furnish one of my builds. Normally when I reach out to somebody, you know, I kind of let them decide, you know, do you want to build, do you want to furnish, how do you want to do this? But again, she is an amazing like interior decorator, so I really knew that I wanted her to furnish one of my builds. And since it is March, since it is St. Patrick's Day, I figured we could do, you know, something St. Patrick's Day related. Now I do have a kind of an Irish bar coming out tomorrow, so I didn't want to do a bar. So my first suggestion and only suggestion to Teatime Simmer was, would you like to do like a Irish cottage style build? So basically what I did is I went onto Pinterest and I tried to look up as many different like Irish style homes as possible. And I kind of just took inspiration from a few different houses that I had found. It seems like a lot of them used, you know, this kind of style of brickwork. So it's you know, stone, but it's brick, and they're all kind of different shapes and sizes, and the colors are a little bit off. And it just feels really cottagey, and I wanted to make it, you know, somewhere that a gardener could live and would feel like they are just kind of surrounded by flowers and greenery all the time. So that's really kind of what I went with here. And I wanted the cottage to look like it was older, especially on the exterior. I did put in a layout in for her. It wasn't anything super crazy, but I did just kind of want to, you know, get some ideas going for the inside of this build. But on the exterior, I really wanted to go with, this is a very old cottage that maybe has been renovated in recent years. So they are keeping, you know, kind of the idea that this is in the countryside. It's, you know, not really in a big city or anything like that. They probably have neighbors that live super duper far away. And I really think that I managed to kind of nail that aspect of this build. I did a lot, and I'm talking a lot, of landscaping in this build. I thought it was only appropriate. And I did actually use terrain tools. Now, you guys know, if you've watched my channel before, terrain tools are not my friend. They were not something that I personally was very excited about when we first got them. I'm still not super excited about them. I know a lot of people really like them, and there are some really amazing people that are very, very good at using terrain tools. I am not one of them. But I do think for something like this, creating a few little hills and having some uneven terrain really, again, spoke to the fact that this is supposed to be a build that is in the Irish countryside. And I just think it looks really cool with all of the flowers and the trees and everything that I added. I did put in a few fountains and things like that as well. And all in all, I'm just really excited about this build. I think it turned out really, really cute. This is something that I would probably play in on my off time. I don't think that I would use this for, you know, like an LP house or anything like that. But if I wanted to create a sim that was a little bit more into gardening, maybe, this is definitely a build that I would personally play in. And that's saying a lot because I don't really play in my builds all that often. You guys know, maybe you don't know, I am not a super gameplay oriented person when it comes to The Sims. I really do tend to go into the game and just build. I really enjoy the building aspect of the game, and you know, for something to kind of want to spark my want of actually playing the game is saying something. So I am really proud of this. I hope that Teatime Simmer enjoyed it. Again, she did a phenomenal, and I'm talking phenomenal job with furnishing this build. I was so happy with it. You guys definitely need to check that video out once you finish watching this one here. Now in the backyard here, again, because I wanted to keep it very floral and very garden oriented, I did end up kind of just putting in some rose bushes. I was going to, you know, put in some actual plants that you could legitimately garden, but I'm not sure how to do that in build mode. I assume that the plants are in the debug menu. I get a little confused with the debug menu. I find it very hard to navigate sometimes. I'm not really sure where a lot of the things are. If you guys could help me out with that, are the plants that you can actually plant in the game, are they in the debug menu, or do you actually have to, you know, physically go in to the game and actually play in the house and plant, you know, whatever it is that you're planting? I'm not entirely positive on that. I would love some feedback on that. And I did do a really cute little, kind of just a floral section. I did this in one of my recent builds. I believe it was Rodencia Drive, where I kind of took the backside of the garage and I put up that wall hanging that has, you know, kind of like the pitchfork and the shovel and all those gardening-like things. And I put the little floral creation bench. I still don't know what it's called. I put that right underneath that, and I think it turned out super cute. I think it's a really kind of realistic method of doing that. I know my grandmother was a very big gardener, and just kind of hanging up all outside and around her house were, you know, her different gardening tools and things like that. So I really like combining those two things, the gardening table with that little kind of wall hanging. I think it looks really cute. I did do a little patio out there as well. I felt that was appropriate with all of the terrain that I use. Not all of the terrain, there's not a lot of it, but I did feel like there needed to be a flat section out back that was, you know, a little bit more livable than just kind of the rolling hills of what the garden is. And, you know, basically this is the end of the build, guys. I mean, we're going to be coming into the screenshots very, very shortly here, right after I kind of finish out with a few just, you know, kind of bits and bobs on the outside here. And again, I'm super proud of this build. I am so happy that Teatime Simmer, you know, agreed to do this collab with me. Since I saw that Chinese courtyard, I've wanted to collab with her every day since then. And I finally reached out to her, and I was so, so happy that she had agreed to do that with me. So thank you again to Teatime Simmer for that. Thank you guys so much for being here today. You will get 2 uploads today. I know that I slacked off over this weekend, weekend, and I was supposed to have put out my 3rd episode of the Birthstone Legacy Challenge, but again, I had a few things come up yesterday, and it just didn't quite happen yesterday. So that will be coming for you guys sometime later today. I will be sure to tweet about it when it's up. I know you are on the edge of your seats waiting for it. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this build, please give it a thumbs up down below. If you're new here or you're not new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell so you get notifications every single time I post a new video. Again, thank you to Teatime Simmer, and thank you for all of you who are here today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.